Hey everybody, how are you? This is Jim from the Pain PT, and we want to talk today about accepting your pain is not the same as trying to change it. And this is really important, this concept, this perception mind shift that you make, because what we're doing, what I did for many years, was to take this approach towards my chronic issues to change them, to get rid of them, to make them better, fight against them, run from them, avoid them, numb out, all these different things that we do to get away from pain or to get away from uncomfortable feelings in the body, like emotions. And when we have this perception that we are trying to change something or trying to treat something, this is not the same as acute pain where we can apply a treatment to it and the body heals. This is different. This is the brain and nervous system for a lot of chronic issues. So that same approach doesn't necessarily work that well. The opposite approach, and the approach that I've been speaking to, is taking this mindset that you accept what's there, and the acceptance creates the change. So instead of trying to change something, which becomes really frustrating and irritating, and we get hopeless sometimes and we have despair, because these chronic conditions are fueled by our brain. And when you're trying to change something in your brain, in your mind, you're thinking there's something wrong. So that intention right off the bat is not going to help you, because you're actually setting up that fight or flight response when there's a danger. Okay, so if you're perceiving a danger or a threat from your symptoms and you want to change them or get away from them, then actually you're just feeding the pain. You're actually keeping that sympathetic nervous system alive through your brain. So it's the intention that there isn't anything wrong with these types of conditions. And in reality, there really isn't. With TMS or mind body syndrome, there isn't really anything structurally wrong in the body. It's more driven through this signaling from the brain and nervous system. And we want to change the signaling from there's something wrong to there's nothing wrong. And we do this through acceptance. Acceptance creates the change. Carl Jung said that. He said acceptance is the first step to change. So it's your intention that with your symptoms, you're not trying to change them. You're trying to be okay with them. You're trying to allow them to happen from a place in your mind that it's all right, that there's nothing wrong. Now, that intention is so different. And there's so many times in the past I've caught myself at first trying to treat something or make something go away. And when I have that intention, what I find is that I'm trying to apply some type of treatment, whether it's some type of technique, to work with it, to make it go away. And if I switch it around to saying, you know what, there's nothing wrong, it's fine, it's going to pass through me, and I'm just going to let my system take care of it, I'm going to accept this, then I find personally that whatever that is starts to shift faster. It starts to go away sooner. Because my body and my system knows how to process all these things. Your nervous system knows how to, apply so many different functions in your body without you doing it. That's why it's called the autonomic nervous system, or we call it the automatic system. It automatically processes food with digestion, heals your wounds, your skin. It does so many functions without us having to do anything about it. All we're trying to do is get our brain here in the right mindset so that we can allow our nervous system to flush this stuff out, to process what's going on. So we want our system to process this. We want to let it move through us so eventually it can move out of us. And that comes from acceptance. So I want you to notice, guys, if you are having this intention to change your pain, having this intention to fix something, to treat something. And if you can, I want you to drop that and change your intention to, I'm going to accept this, it's okay. Because that sends the strongest signal from your prefrontal cortex, which is your conscious mind, to your unconscious mind, which is your limbic system, where you get your emotions and your symptoms and your memories. And so we want to perceive what's happening as okay. When we accept that, that's essentially what we're doing. That sends a very clear message to the other part of your brain to say, look, I'm not worried about this. I'm not concerned about this. I'm not going to do anything about this. So the less you worry about it, that part of your brain starts to settle down because you're not feeding it anymore with a fight or flight response. We could argue that a fight response would be trying to treat it, trying to fix it, trying to battle against it to make it go away. Or the flight response is somebody who's avoiding it, who's numbing out, taking pills. Or some people are frozen. They're just frozen in place. They don't know what to do. They're paralyzed by it in fear. So I want you to first start with this mindset. It's number one, top of the list, in my opinion, because it allows you to filter and respond to what's happening in you. So you're getting a pain, you're getting a painful emotion, anything you can feel in your body, I'll call a feeling. And your interpretation of that feeling, unless you know it's pathological, like you really hurt yourself, your interpretation should be that it's okay. And I accept this feeling. And I'll feel it all the way through until eventually the body processes it out. All right, so it's a form of non-resistance. Remember, what we resist persists, and we're trying to embrace this stuff. So what we embrace, we erase. Give it a shot, everybody. It's a really big mind shift that we need to carry each and every day, and it's our intention that matters most. Take care.